hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Sure.
Hello. Hello there, Anas. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Today we are continuing to fly the C90 GTX for one more live stream today. I was supposed to fly something different, but unfortunately, I'm not able to get that aircraft all set up. I'm having issues with it, glitches with it. Never mind, the next live stream we're gonna pop into another aircraft and get this party continuing. But for today, we're sticking with the C90 GTX. We are in Ireland. My throat is not feeling particularly well today, but we are in Ireland, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And we're going to be flying in the evening time. We're going to be flying at 19 hours. Oh, my throat is really messed up right now. I don't know what's wrong with it. Okay, 19 hours. Here we are in Shannon, Ireland. And for some reason I have a very irritated throat. I don't know what's going on with it. I think I need to get myself some water. Some sort of beverage. I'll get into it, but Here we are at Shannon, Ireland. Okay. And we are going to be flying a very, very nice scenic route today with beautiful scenery. Very interesting features along the way as well. And we're going to end today's flight by flying into Cork. I hope that's how you pronounce that place's name. It's spelled Cork. I don't know if you say it as Cork or Sork. I have no idea. It can't be Sorka, so I'm going to keep calling it Cork. But, yeah, we're going to fly from Shannon to Cork. And we're going to do it via Kerry. So we're going to go from Shannon to Kerry and then from Kerry to Cork. That's how we're going to fly this particular route. Look at that beautiful aircraft right there. The C90 GTX looking glamorous as usual. Very, very glamorous. Now, I'm gonna have to grab a drink here. So why don't you guys excuse me for just about 30 seconds while I go grab myself a drink, because I feel like I'm gonna really need one. All right. Alrighty, I'm back. That was quick, wasn't it? I don't think my throat is okay. I don't think it's okay. But anyway, we're gonna proceed here with the live stream. Okay, I'm gonna try and speak a little softly today. Plan for the day, Anas, is going to be, we're gonna take off in Shannon. We're gonna go to Cork via Kerry. Okay, so without wasting time, and as you can see, the livery we're gonna use today, Irish Coast Guard. Apparently, right? Garda Costa Na. Okay, I cannot read that. But yeah, that is what we're using. Irish Coast Guard livery, which is quite apt for today's flight, right? Okay, without further delay, let's hop back inside here. Get things started up, shall we? Battery on, please. SFDS up. I'll change that up there. Gonna unfeather the propellers here. As you can see, the propellers are rotating, unfeathering. Engine condition high idle, we can set that up there. Propellers RPM to max. And then we're gonna go engine that armed, nav lights on, please. Recognition lights on, beacon lights on. Pitot heats on here, please. Boost pumps on. We got that to automatic up here, and then let's begin with the left engine.
Pause system test. Okay.
I don't see it working. I don't know. Okay, there it is. Left engine starting up. Avionics on. We'll turn the generators on as well. You're gonna see a little bit of a glitch from time to time where the livery just goes white. The reason for that is a famous 2024 glitches. You can add it to the list of glitches in 2024.
TOS system test.
Okay, RPM, we need to put that at high idle. Let's check our gauges here, make sure everything is doing all right, and it is. It's doing just fine. Okay. Start the second engine. No, it's too soon. Okay, second engine starting up. There we go. Brilliant. Brilliant. That looks lovely. Okay, and one coming up on 50. There we go. You all enjoy the engine sounds for a second before we hop back into the cockpit. Excellent. What's the ETA for today's flight? Again, we're looking at the live stream being roughly 1 hour long, so we should be able to complete both the legs within 1 hour. Okay. Well, now that we've already spent a couple of minutes waffling about, I presume live stream is going to be a little longer, but the flight itself, including both the legs, should be about an hour long. All right, nothing longer than that. Okay, engine ignition and starter to off. That's all fine. Beacons up. That is cool. That is cool. Will you be inserting the plan into the avionics? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'll be doing that. Avionics is on. Everything else is looking good. Auto feather can be armed. Pitot heats are up. We don't need any other heats for the time being. I don't think we do. Let's turn on the taxi lights here. Let's drop the flap here as well to takeoff position. Excuse me on that. And that would mean that we are pretty much ready for our flight. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. We're pretty much ready for our flight. Release that parking brake and let's get on our way. Make that turn. We're gonna make that turn. We actually have to take off from the other end of the runway today. Yes, we do. We really do. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We'll taxi down the runway. Okay. We'll taxi down the runway. Track down the runway, downwind, and then we'll take off because the wind direction is, if I'm not wrong, we should actually check out the windsock. Do I see a windsock anywhere here? There's the windsock. Yep, the wind direction is this way. So let's taxi down the runway. Forget the word. Well, how do you say it again? Down, tracking down the runway, down track. What do you call it? I don't know why random stuff escapes my memory these days. Will you be inserting the plan into the avionics? Yes, I will be, and let's do that right away. We're taxiing too fast. This thing is slippery. Just pump the brakes on there for a second. Send the route to avionics directly. I'm not gonna bother with setting the FMC today. Will the layout be updated? What do you mean the layout being updated? I don't understand. Okay, we're flying first to Kerry. That's the leg that's showing up here. Unfortunately, the second leg of the flight is not showing up. As usual, we had that problem before when we try and send the route from the tablet to the avionics. That's not a problem. We'll worry about that when we reach Kerry. Okay, we'll worry about that when we reach Kerry. Will the layout be... I have no idea what you mean by the layout once again on us. Okay. Let's turn on our strobe lights, turn on landing lights. Actually, go ahead and turn off the taxi lights. We don't need that. Perfecto. Okay, let's pump the brakes on that. So we can turn around successfully. Like so. I'm thinking, is there anything else that's left to do here? Is there anything else that's left to do here? Apart from set the altitude to about... we'll leave it at 3,000 feet. We don't want to get too high. We want to enjoy the scenery or whatever it is, right? Oh God, come on. Okay. Let's just take off rolling here. Thrust set, and here we go. Let us take off. Yes, sir. A little late on that takeoff, but that's all right. Gear up. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Up and out of Shannon, Ireland. We'll take a look at some of the trivia regarding Shannon in a bit. Yes. There we go, leaving behind Shannon. Apparently, it was the first airport in Ireland to offer the transatlantic service. Transatlantic services. First one in Ireland. From Shannon, I believe. Our location currently is County Clare, Western Ireland. Okay, let's disarm the auto feather feature. In addition to that, it is the home of duty-free. Shannon was the world's first duty-free airport, pioneering the concept in 1947. How interesting is that? Flaps up. Look at that. How interesting is that? Let's go autopilot. What on earth is this this warning telling us now? Oh, landing taxi lights. That's okay. Gotta reduce our propeller here. Okay. That was nice enough of a takeoff, yes, but we need to be careful here. Let's set autopilot. Let's set yaw damper. Set our VS up here. I hate this, man. I hate it when it zooms out. It's so annoying. Okay, we're gonna go on heading mode for the time being, and we're gonna turn it this way. Anyway, so that is about Shannon Airport, home of the duty-free, and this airport is actually pretty historic and quite a significant one. It's the first transatlantic gateway. It's the first airport in Ireland to offer that transatlantic flight. Plus, we've got beautiful scenes here as well in County Clare. It was the world's first duty-free airport, and it has the longest it has the longest runway in Ireland. It is 3,199 meters long, and apparently, it is the longest runway in Ireland. That is pretty cool. Although that being the longest runway in Ireland is quite dubious, because that doesn't seem like an extremely long runway to me. Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like an extremely long runway to me. So I don't know. Thank you very much, Anas. Just trying out a new thing where I give you interesting factoids where I can. So I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it. Okay, here we are. Let's turn on nav. Let's turn on nav mode here. Okay, if we turn the aircraft a little bit in towards our track, I think we'll be able to capture nav mode very soon. Altitude has been reached. That's great. Oh, look at how beautiful it looks around here as we leave Shannon. Okay, apparently in this area we've got the cliffs of Moher, an hour northwest, 700 feet above the Atlantic Ocean. That is interesting. Atlantic Ocean is this way. So I'm guessing they're that way. Not pretty sure. Some cliffs there. Bunratty. Is that? Am I reading that right? Bunratty Castle. Near the airport. A medieval fortress where you can experience Irish banquets and folk music. Oh. Can we catch a glimpse of that castle somewhere here? I don't think so, but interesting. There's a castle nearby. Ah. River Shannon. Again, Ireland's longest river. It flows somewhere nearby. Plenty of water around us, so it's hard to tell. I believe this is the river right here. Yep, there it is, River Shannon. Ireland's longest river, I believe, is right there. Yes, it is. That is River Shannon. Okay, great. That is some interesting stuff. We'll talk a little bit about the airport we're about to fly into, which is Kerry, as we near our first destination for the day. Let's turn a little bit more this way. Let's have a look at this. What appears to be a little bit of a quarry or something of some sort. Okay, very, very good. Very beautiful stuff. Here in flying over Ireland. Very, very beautiful scenes. I never knew Ireland was this beautiful. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Oh, that's altitude. I always mess this up. I always mess this up. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's better. Okay, let's take a look at this. What is that? That looks like a quarry of some sort to me. I could be obviously very, very wrong, but it does appear to be some sort of quarry. Something like that, eh? Looks to be something of that nature. Very beautiful. Very nice. Oh, we got wind turbines off to our left here. Aircraft seems to be making a turn. Has LNAV been caught? Yes, it has. Okay, we're pretty much en route. Landing lights can come off. I mean, we're under 10,000 feet. We don't need to turn them off, but why not? Why not? Okay, looking beautiful here. Looking very, very beautiful. Plenty of features. I really like Ireland. I like the way it looks. Usually I'm not a very big fan of the European terrain, if I'm being honest. It can seem rather monotonous, just green everywhere and nothing else going on, but I seem to like Ireland for some reason. It looks very beautiful. Very beautiful. Indeed, very beautiful. Okay, passing a few wind turbines. There's plenty of wind turbines along the way, actually. So if we look at some of the views we have available to us... Oh, God. Microsoft Flight Simulator has to make everything complicated as usual. As usual. There it is. That's a good view of the turbines as we pass them over. Very, very nice. The aircraft is looking magnificent. So let's have a little bit of a cinematic approach. You know what? We'll do the cinematic views on the next flight. Yeah, we'll do cinematic views on the next flight. This flight will remain more or less chitty-chatty. Shall we? Yes, I think that's a better idea. Looking beautiful here. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. There it is. What a lovely aircraft we're flying here today. The C90 GTX. There it is. More wind turbines up ahead. This part of Ireland seems to have a lot of that. Lovely. Oh, yes. You can grab a view of those lovely wind turbines from here. You can also observe the landing gear as well, right there, the tire. I like that about the C90 GTX. It's unique. I mean, it is. I always find it fascinating when the landing gear goes up into the engine cowling. I like that. For some reason, that is something I enjoy. Pretty cool here. It's very reminiscent of our classic airliners. They often had the gear going straight up into the engine cowling and sticking out as well like this. Well, some of them actually had closed doors, but beautiful stuff. Let's take a look at that as we pass by. Anas, I am very happy to hear that you're enjoying the views today. Very nice to have you here. Thank you very much for being a part of the chat and for your participation. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Before we get too mesmerized by the views here, let's head on into the cockpit, have a look. Oh, we're nearly there. We are nearly there at Kerry. Now, Kerry has a famous driving route full of lakes, mountains, and coastal rivers called the Ring of Kerry. And it is near the Killarney National Park, apparently. Just 15 kilometers east, you find Red Deer waterfalls and Ireland's highest mountain, which I cannot pronounce for the life of me. Caruntu Hill, apparently, is near Kerry, just 15 kilometers east of it. Gap of Dunlow, another interesting feature in Kerry, a narrow mountain pass. That would be interesting to perform some low flyovers and stuff one day, so that's something to take a note of. The Gap of Dunlow, we'll be visiting that to perform some flyovers and stuff. The details don't show up on the tab on the top. Oh, right. Yeah, I haven't set that up. My bad. We'll set that up once we reach... as a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and do that now. So we're supposed to be EINN to EICK, okay? Fine, we'll do that. EINN to EICK. There we go. Now they should show up. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, Anas, for reminding me about that. Okie dokie. Now, let us see. Wait, what did I just read? Right. I read some interesting details about Kerry. Let's talk about some fun facts about Kerry Airport once we land into it, alright? We'll talk about that. But we talked about a few of the features of the area. Now, we gotta perform a flight in the Gap of Dunlow. So we can have some low-flying stuff, some stuns perhaps. We'll be visiting that area soon enough. Okay. Alright, the controller has refused. 2024 is such a problem. I can't even begin to explain to you guys how much of an issue 2024 is. It just randomly stops working. Everything just stops working in 2024. So many glitches. I genuinely dislike it. It takes away from the flying experience. It really does. I need to buy more aircraft so I can continue flying 2020. Ooh, look at that. In the distance we got more like a wind farm here, looking very nice. Again, 2024, terrible at loading anything in the distance, as you guys can tell, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Alright, we are coming up on Kerry here, and let's switch to heading mode and try and fly out a little bit to the left so we can line ourselves up for the landing. Yeah, somewhere here is the Kerry Airport. Now the sun is in my face and I can't really tell where exactly the runway would be. I'm assuming it's that. From the cockpit you wouldn't even be able to see it right now unless you had a co-pilot. I think it's that. That should be Kerry right there. Yes, it is. Okay, that is Kerry. Brilliant. Let's begin our turn into Kerry like so. Are the new handcrafted airports available in MSFS 2020 or just 2024? What do you mean by new handcrafted airports? There are some that are available for 2020 and there are some that are not available for 2020 and only available in 2024. Okay, we are at Kerry, but we have a problem. We haven't slowed down enough. So let's do that quickly. I don't know why it always says RVS not ready. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. We're trying a landing a little too quickly here. A little bit of a short notice here, but that's okay. That's all right. Let's see what we can do. Sky Dolly is running. Once again for landing replay. RVS not ready. Whatever, man. I don't know what RVS not ready means. I really don't. Oh, I think I do. Wait, hold on. We need to push up that. There we go. I just forgot to bring the propeller RPM back up. Like in the last update. I don't think we got new star airports in 2020. Okay, let me try and make this landing. Quite a short notice landing. Passengers are screaming as usual. I should have probably gone around before attempting it, but what the hell? Why not, right? Why not? This is a flight sim after all. Gotta try some crazy stuff. I was about to swear. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. I have no idea the wind direction we're landing into, although it seems like we're landing into the right direction based on the wind sock, but okay. Difficulty pushing the aircraft down because we're coming in a little quick, but that's okay. We got plenty of room. And this aircraft slows down quite well as well. Come on, land. It's so floaty. This is what happens when you don't trim the aircraft correctly. Okay, that is tight. And I don't... Ugh, God, what the hell? Okay. We're still in the air. Oh my God. Okay, take off. We gotta take off. Why isn't my controller working now? Oh, we just crashed. We just crashed. My controller stopped working. Oh, Lord. The control. Oh, I hate this. The controller is stuck now. Oh, I definitely hate this. I really do. We should have gone round, huh? And I need to stop using the controller. I have to stop using the controller. It's just so easy to just plug this in and fly with it. I have to stop using this stupid thing for the... It's just the C90 GTX. The C90 GTX cannot handle the controller. It has issues with it all the time. I don't understand why it does that. Like, look, if I let go of the stick, it just trims the hell out of it down. I hate this goddamn thing, man. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's go around and land in Kerry once again. Again, wrong button. What is wrong with me these days? Something ain't right with me these days, man. I'm telling you. Okay, let's do that right there. Drop our gear. Let's attempt another crazy landing, shall we? I need to stop using this. I need to stop using the controller because I need to trim and I'm not trimming it. That's the problem. I am not trimming it. That is the freaking problem. Okay, this is a mad landing right here. I gotta work on the sky dolly for a second. Give me a second. doing so many things on 2 screens right now. Excuse the way I'm flying. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back in there. Let's attempt that. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Okay, I'm gonna need to go left. I'm gonna need to go right, actually. Attempt this, excuse this terrible landing attempts, and I don't know what's wrong. My brain isn't working today. I think it's a little late for my brain to be working. The vegetation looks really good though. And for the love of God, I need to stop using this controller. I can't use the mouse to trim. If I even attempted to do that, we're gonna crash. We're gonna freaking crash. The trim wheel is right there, but we're gonna crash. So I'm not gonna attempt that, alright? Okay, I'm gonna have to go outside here. Oh my gosh, this is just terrible. This is a terrible bit of flying. I truly apologize for it, but okay, there it is. Let's see what we can do now. The trim is terrible, man. Oh, this is why you should not attempt landings like a madman. But here at Fly the Noob, we've got to do it, right? Here we go. How to get fired as a pilot.
200. 200.
Look at how bumpy we are for no reason. It's just because of the trim. It's just all this is happening because of the trim, okay?
100.
We're landing too fast now. Okay, now it's gonna float. Because of the trim, look at that. It's just gonna float now. Okay. There we go. Landing ended up not being too bad, but that is a terrible way to fly an aircraft. We're not gonna use reverse thrust. We're just going to use some manual braking here. I mean, we could use some reverse thrust as well. Why the hell not? Okay. We'll turn off at the end of the runway. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look at our landing replay. And we're not actually going to taxi in today. We're just going to turn around and prepare ourselves for takeoff. Alright. Ugh, goodness me. Why does this thing turn like this? I don't know what's wrong with me these days, man. Something ain't right with me. Okay, there we go. Let's put our flaps back up. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, there we go. Flaps going back up. Let's also turn on our landing light. Before we do, let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay. How did we do on that landing replay, right? Let's find out. Let's find out. Rewind on Skydolly. Press play, pause. Let's rewind that landing. Let's see how we did. Let's see how terribly we did, right? There we go. Landing replay number 1. Look at that.
100.
Goodness me.
200.
Goodness me.
200. 100.
Okay. There we go. Touchdown. Pretty firm landing. Pretty firm landing right there, but not too bad. Nothing too bad. Let's check out another view of that, shall we? That's a beautiful view, isn't it? Why don't we check out this view right here? Okay, let's try that. Let us try that.
200. 200. 100.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's see if we can check out another view. How about that one? Okay. After this view, we'll have a little bit of some trivia about
200.
Kerry, I believe, yeah? Yeah, Kerry Airport.
200. 100.
And good news, I have now. Can you give one behind the wing too? Oh, right there it is, Anas. Right there. Right there. Beautiful, isn't it? We'll have a look at the passenger views in our next landing into Cork. All right? Lovely. Lovely. Okie dokie. Let's fast forward, get ourselves ready for the landing, and right before we do take off from Kerry, let's talk a little bit about it, shall we? So, Kerry Airport. It is small, but apparently of particular significance. Right there is the airfield. We can have a look at the airfield. That's not going to be an issue. We can have a look at the airfield right here. Okay. Apparently there are daily commercial flights out of this airport, and although it's quite tiny, it does have scheduled services to Dublin and seasonal European destinations. So it is an important airport, although it is a small, tiny one. And it was founded in 1969. Right, and it started off as just a grass strip with runways being worked on with shovels and wheelbarrows. So it has a humble origin, Kerry Airport, but has grown to become one of the most important ones, despite its small size. And there is that glitch of the livery that I was speaking about. Whenever you install liveries from outside into your community folder for the C90 GTX and many other aircraft in 2024, this is what happens. It doesn't load. Again, 2024 has terrible texture loading. Terrible. When you go into the distance, everything just becomes absolute crap. I genuinely hate 2024. I mean, half of my flying is now just hating on 2024. Anyway, heading back into the cockpit, or at least trying to. Not working. Alright, let me do it from here instead. There we go. Okay. Now we've got the... oh, for the love of God, now what? Okay, there we go. Brilliant. Okay. We have now got throttle control, finally. I've decided to use my quadrant after messing up this much. Tired of the flights all being disastrous because I'm using the the Xbox controller. So for that reason, I have now started using the joystick and the throttle quadrant. So hopefully we'll get a better enjoyment out of this stream. Better everything, hopefully. Okay. Alrighty. Without further delay, let's get ourselves out of here, shall we? I believe so. Okay. I think we're ready for takeoff, right? Pretty much. Yeah, we're ready for takeoff. Yes, we are. Okay, great. Great. Let's push that up. How do I release the parking brake? Ah, there it is. There we go. I need to put some grease on my sliding quadrant here. Any facts for this place? We had the facts. We went over the factoids as we're coming in, Anas, we talked about the gap of Dunlow. Places like that in Kerry. There we go. How do I put the gear up? Ah, there it is. I haven't used the throttle and the quadrant in a while now. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are up and out of here. We are up and out of here. Look at that. Ooh, we forgot to program the flight so that it can go to Cork. We forgot about that. That's okay. That's okay. I have an idea. Let's do flaps up here. Let's do autopilot for a time being. Oh God. Hold altitude, please. Thank you very much. While we set it up here. Speed is a little too much. Let's turn down the propellers. Perfect. Throttle a bit behind. Altitude down to 3000. VS mode engaged. Currently it's on heading mode. That's okay. It's doing its thing. Let's turn it straight towards Cork right behind us, okay? Cork is right behind us. I can see it on little nav map. I hope you guys are able to see it. So here we are in Kerry. Cork is right here, okay? That is where Cork is, so we just got to turn ourselves in. And as you can tell, roughly we are going towards the right direction. That's all we need pretty much for the day. As long as we know the heading, we're pretty much okay. So we're not going to worry about the FMC and stuff like that today. Maybe in another flight I'll perform one where we have a full breakdown of the FMC that is somewhere here. But for today we're good. Turn that off. And we'll leave that on. Why not? Okay, headed towards Cork here. Heading mode is not on? What is going on? Oh, heading wasn't on. Great. Great. Okay, let's just go dead towards Cork. As we can tell right now, we're going straight towards it. Brilliant. That's all we need. Thank you, Anas. That's pretty much all we need. It's pretty much all we need. Very lovely. Let's have a look at some views on this flight, shall we? Beautiful. Let's go to cinematic and have some look at the views here. Again, we can see the wind farm in the distance. A couple of wind turbines there. Looking very lovely. Very nice. Beautiful stuff. If you guys are enjoying this live stream so far, please make sure that you leave a like and please do consider subscribing. Thank you in advance for your support and for your viewership. Sun is setting behind us. We're looking lovely here. Let's cycle through some of the views here. Again, the wind farm off to the side, as you guys can tell. Okay. Let's see. Let's have a look at little nav map. We're a long way from Cork. Well, we're not a long way from Cork. We are literally nearly halfway through, actually. So, you know, not too bad. Let's fine-tune ourselves a little bit more directly towards it. But we're halfway through, so we can go back to some of the views here. Let's see, what else can we look at here? Let's head on outside for a second before we go to... Oh, look at that. Got a wind farm in the mountains. A wind farm in the mountains. Now, let's talk about Cork Airport. It is a handcrafted airport in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that's going to be fun to take a closer look at. There's so many wind turbines in this particular area here. I'm guessing because of the proximity to the Atlantic Ocean, you know? Look at that. Lovely, isn't it? It really is lovely. Aircraft wobbling around a little bit. Perhaps a whiff of wind there. Let's look at that. What do we have? We got 13 knots of a crosswind. Almost directly a 90-degree crosswind, something of the sort. So a little bit of a... Yep, it is probably because of the Atlantic Ocean that we have so many wind turbines here, because of all the wind. Oh, look at that. That is that's a very large wind farm right there. It's a very large wind farm right there that we're looking at. Yes, because of the sea breeze, that is exactly what I'm guessing, Anas. That is exactly what I'm guessing. I assume that this is the area where there will be the most consistent movement of air in and out of the land and the sea, because of the sea, basically. Let's talk about Cork. Okay. It is apparently the third busiest airport in Ireland where we're flying off to. After Dublin and Belfast, even busier than Shannon is Cork Airport. That's interesting. There's a challenge in landing at Cork. It is located on a hilltop. Brilliant. It has a sloped runway and it is prone to fog. Oh, very nice. We should see how our conditions are when we come in and land. Probably it will be foggy. Let's see, is there some mountains in the distance? I don't see any on the distance, but let's see. It is a little bit of a hilly country here, so perhaps there is. Okay. We'll have a look around Cork Airport as well once we've landed. City of Cork, known as the Rebel City due to its history of resistance and independence. Oh, there is a castle there. Blarney Castle. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I've butchered a ton of names on this live stream. Forgive me if you're Irish, but Blarney Castle. 20 minutes from the airport. Home of the famous Blarney Stone. Apparently it is said to give you the gift of eloquence. Eloquent. Well, seems like that's a gift I need today, because I've been fumbling this live stream left, right and center. Been fumbling my words too. Maybe perhaps I need the gift of eloquence. Perhaps it's apt that we're flying to the city of Cork. What else? There's the port of Cobb. Is it called Cobb? A historic port where Titanic made its last stop before heading across the Atlantic. Oh, so that is the last real place where Titanic was safe. So, we're heading towards the city of Cork, where nearby, I'm guessing, is the port where Titanic last stopped before heading out over the Atlantic. Ireland is full of such rich history. This is nice. I should do more flights over Ireland. All of a sudden, I've taken a liking to the country. I've taken a liking to the country. If we look at little nav map here, we're not that far off. I'm guessing Cork is on one of those hills right there ahead of us, all right? So we'll keep an eye out for that. Yeah, it is probably just the controller, I guess. Let's see how the landing goes. Let's see how the trimming goes. Can I trim this thing? Oh, I need to test out my trimming controls. I haven't trimmed it out in such long. In so long. Do we have any other issues? No, we don't. Propeller is okay. Okay, we're good. We're actually pretty good. Okay, great. It's a good country. That's full of history. I like it. I like it. Taken a liking to Ireland. I should do more flights in Ireland for sure. So many ideas I've already come across, eh? Ready to be put into action. Anyway, that is the facts that we have available for today about the city of Cork and about the airport. We'll have a closer look at the handcrafted airport of Cork as we come into land, and Cork should be somewhere in the distance off in the hilltops. I might be that right there, who knows. That is pretty much where Cork is. We're flying straight towards it. We're flying towards what appears to be somewhat of a delta kind of region here, where there are, I believe, some rivers. No. I think River Shannon drained a while ago. So what is... there is the port that we just talked about. Cobb, where Titanic last made its last stop. So there is Cobb. So wait, hold on. Did Titanic literally, after leaving Liverpool from here, right? That's where Liverpool is. Did it literally come in all the way and moor inside Cobb? Interesting. Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, let's put little nav map away and look for Cork Airport, which is supposed to be there, I believe. If I am not completely mistaken, it's either there or it's there. It's one or the other. Where do you all think it is? You know what? Let's go in. Let's take our aircraft a little out here to the left, so we have a more of an angle coming in to the runway. Now let's have a look. Where can Cork possibly be? Oh, there it is. Okay, okie dokie. Let's head back inside here. Let's go to Escapade, record that, and come back in here, and boom, throttle down just like that. Oh yeah. I need to drop the gear first. I always forget that. And let's make a turning. Oh, I believe it's right here. Oh, there it is. Flaps down as well. There we go. Now let me see if I can trim the aircraft out. Can I trim it out? This is down. This is trimmed down. Is it working? I can't tell if it's working. No, it's not working. I've forgotten the trim controls. I don't know what the trim controls are. Oh, there it is. There it is. Trim controls. There it is. Okay, got it. Got it. I got the trim controls. Yay. That's great, isn't it? That is fantastic. Oh my god. What is wrong with this thing? Okay. Can I give it a little bit? There it is. We got trim. We've got trim, ladies and gentlemen. Finally. There we go. That's much better. That is much better. Although the passengers are still screaming, that is much, much better. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay.
500, 400.
Okay.
300.
There we go. Let's try and land this thing, shall we? Come on.
100.
Come on. Ooh. Bit of a crosswind here. Come on. Come on. Okay. Turn that in. Brilliant. Okay. There we go. That was much better using the Using the controller. I mean, using the joystick. Okay, we should not have tried to turn off over there. My bad. My bad, my bad. Okay, I've got control over the nose wheel as well. That's great. That's great. That's great. I need to continue using the throttle quadrant and the joystick. I really do. Excellent. Before we take a look at the landing replay, which we do have available, let's turn off the runway, shall we? Okay. There we go. Anna says, why don't you just trim using mouse now that it's on autopilot? Well, for landing we want to disconnect autopilot, right? Let's taxi in to Cork, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. I need to, it's just that I haven't been used to the controls, so I apologize about the little bit of a skidding around, but our actual landing was good. Forgot that I had control over the nose wheel and the rudder separately there. That's what happens when you're out of practice. I'll continue to use the throttle quadrant and the joystick from the next live stream. Well, from this live stream actually. Okay. Now, where on earth is the actual where did that taxiway lead? We'll have a look at that as well. I see the buildings up ahead. I believe if we taxi off here, we'll be able to reach. Yes, we will. Okay. Let's turn off right here, all right? Let's turn off right here. Oh, there's also something to the left. Wait, I'm confused. Something this side and there's something that side as well. Which way do we go? There's a tower over there. Okay, we'll go this way. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. Oh, this is so much better. Yes, yes, we will be taking a look at the handcrafted airport in detail, Mr. Annis. So don't you worry about that. Okay, we're going to look at that in a bit. Oh, I have much better control over the nose wheel. This is excellent. I'm having a good time. Oh, this airport already looks very, very nice. I can't wait to have a closer look at it. But first, let's park, shall we? Pretty sure we're not supposed to be here. This is for the larger aircrafts and stuff. So should we continue taxiing? You're looking for something a little more appropriate for our aircraft. You know what? What the hell? Let's just taxi in here. It's not like we are taking the spot of any aircraft waiting for us. Waiting to park, are we? There we go. We'll just take a spot up right there. It's not like we took up the gates, right? We'll be all right. There we go. This thing is slippery. It is a slippery aircraft indeed. There we go. There we go. Perfection. Park right there. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not cleaning up the aircraft just yet because we need to do the landing replay, but Cork Airport looks absolutely stunning and we're going to take a closer look at it right after we take this landing replay. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the landing replay. Let's do that. There we go, rewinding. First view, as usual, shall be our traditional touchdown view like so. Let's begin. And then we'll go in the cabin. Then we'll have a look at some external views. Then we shall take a look around this beautiful airport called Cork. It is already looking very exciting here. So let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at our landing. As we wind our way in reverse. There we go. Lots of funny monkey business going on, but there we go. Let's play. First landing replay. Alright, the actual touchdown wasn't bad, but still need to get a hang of trimming this aircraft out properly for landing. Nonetheless, let's head on inside and see what the passenger who probably soiled himself in his pants saw as we come into land at Cork. There we go. Passenger view number 1. Beautiful clouds up there, isn't it? Let's rewind a little behind there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff, man. That's lovely. Let's start from there. You know what? A little bit more. This is lovely. What a lovely view. Lovely. Let's have a look at from the other view, other side of the cabin, and then we shall shut down our aircraft and take a good look at Cork.
500, 400, 300, 200, 100.
That is just lovely, man. That is some lovely, lovely stuff. That is beautiful. Alrighty. Let's fast forward now. Let's take ourselves into the parking where we stopped. Shut down this aircraft and take a look at the Star Airport. As promised, the flight was actually just 1 hour long. Exactly 1 hour long, actually. That's great. So we shall take a look at Star Airport of Cork. Before we do, let's shut this aircraft down, alright? Okay, dokie. Low idle, propellers down a little bit, thank you. Feather that. Fuel cutoff. There we go. Engines shut off. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and turn off everything we need to. Pitot heats, the beacon lights, the tail floodlights, landing lights, ice lights, recognition lights, SFDS. That right there, the battery. Boost pump off, that off. Avionics off. And boom. Oh, we did not raise the flap. You know what, last time I made the same mistake. This time I'm not gonna do it. There we go. Let's raise the flap. There we go. And then we're gonna turn it off. Okay. We have our aircraft shut off. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cork International. And let's have a look at this beautiful, beautiful airport. Before we go any further, let me take a screenshot right here. That is a beautiful screenshot, isn't it? So I've just decided to take that as well. Okay, let's have a look at Cork. Here we go. What a beautiful airport this is. Let me just increase the speed on the drone so we are not here all day. There we go. That's much better. There is Cork, ladies and gentlemen. What a lovely, lovely handcrafted airport this is. Look at how good this is. This is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Wow. Look at that. There's a car wash here. Ha! There's a car wash. And that is good stuff, isn't it? There's a car wash here. There's a bunch of stuff. There's a car parking. What appears to be some sort of storage units, warehouse, cargo, whatever this is. We've got Western Aviation, a business aviation center. Nice. Got a bunch of other businesses. Worldwide Flight Services, Swissport, and something else here. Yep, TNT. Very nice. Then we've got multi-level car parking here. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. This is a detailed. Look at that. This is a detailed airport. I love this. That's actually before we even get to the actual airport. This is beautiful. Even the signs have been done correctly. Look at that. We've got some gates there. Got some signs here. Look at all of this. This is beautiful. Beautiful stuff. This is so well done, eh? Let's go to the actual terminal building first, shall we? Arrivals, departure. Look, let's go inside. Look at that. The interior is also modeled so nicely. This is nice. What a beautiful little airport. Food and drink. Wow, this is something else. This is something else. What a beautiful place. Look at all of this. Look at that. What a beautiful building this is. Wow. Yep, this would be a nice place to take a nice picture right here. You know, of your aircraft at the gate, you could be taking a nice picture right here. This is beautiful. I need to come here in a commercial flight and take a picture through right here. Look at that. That is lovely, isn't it? Anyway, let's continue taking a look around here. The second terminal building, Cork. It says Cork, beautiful. Is this also modeled? Kind of modeled on the inside, not exactly, but... Oh, yes. It's not too... Well, it's kind of modeled, but very nice. There's the walkway, a covered walkway connecting the two terminals here. Look at that. We've got the green walkway here, connecting the two terminals that we can probably walk through. Look at this. Look at this. It goes there, and that takes us to this terminal right here, right? Yes, it does. It's lovely. Lovely stuff. And then here what appears to be ATC, yeah? Yes, this is an ATC tower. There's a beautiful ATC tower. It's nice. I like this. That is a perfect screenshot right there. We also got a tower on the other side of the airfield as well. Look at this. Lovely. We got a second tower here, which I assume is the main tower. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, what a lovely airfield to be at. What a lovely place. Beautiful stuff. Oh, it's got the simulator splash screen. It's got the 2020 splash screen here. Ah, there you go. So it should also be star, I think. So that means that it would be a handcrafted airport in 2024 as well, because we got the splash screen for 2020 here. So which means it's handcrafted in both 2020 and 2024. And I have to check that out, but there it is. Nice. Beautiful. Got some trucks here, cargo containers. Lovely. There, ladies and gentlemen, is Cork Airport. And I hope you enjoyed today's flight. We parked right around somewhere here. There we are. There we are. I hope you enjoyed today's flight, because I sure did. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like. A thumbs up goes a long way for somebody like me. Small YouTube channel. Goes a long, long way. So I hope you enjoyed today's flight. Please do leave a like. Please do consider subscribing as well. Alright. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you, Anas, for tuning in yet again. Without which my chat section would probably be empty. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for viewing. Thanks to everyone else who tuned in. With that, I will see you in the next live stream. Toodaloo. I'm not going to the loo, I'm just saying toodaloo, but that sounded weird. Anyway, see you guys. Bye-bye.